Just trying to survive and learn to love along the way by Foreplay on AO3. Episode 91, Chapter 91 of Journals and Quirks. Izuku is back at Night Eye Agency. It's a Monday, so they're not bothering with patrol today. Instead, he watches anxiously as the hero reads his way through Izuku's analysis books. He didn't bring all of them. Some of the older ones were left at home, too childish and incomplete to bother the hero with. His most recent ones were left behind as well. In it, Izuku has detailed analysis of his classmates and teachers. It's written in code because that's dangerous information, and Izuku doesn't want anyone other than his dads to read it. Night could probably figure out the code, and he doesn't want to breach anyone's trust like that. The last few volumes he bought his dad's helped him out with it. He did a lot of practicing in those, analyzing in different fights and using any and all tips his dad gave him. Night shuts the last of them, a pensive look on his face. How long have you been doing this? Since I was 8, maybe? He'd most definitely been doing it for longer than that. The hero doesn't need to know that, though. Why did you start? Well, I was looking for ways to get a quirk. My earlier journals were more focused on how people's quirks manifested. Night just stares for a moment, before responding. How about we discuss yours? My what? Night rolls his eyes. Your quirk. What do you want to know? How many of the previous users' quirks do you have access to? 3. I can use Blackwhip, Float, and Danger Sense. And how did you activate them? By accident. Izuku doesn't elaborate, like Night wants him to. There's no way he's telling the hero he unlocked Float by kissing his boyfriend. Can you use more than one? Technically, I can use all of them at once. Danger Sense is only triggered when there's danger. It was activated at the license exam, and there were several threats, so using that and Blackwhip exhausted me. So the higher the threat, the more it wears you out. Izuku nods. Night turns to the file and jots a few things down, leaving Izuku to his thoughts. It's not the first time he glazed around the office, but it still makes him cringe. The amount of All Might merchandise here is nauseating. Izuku knows that he used to have a lot in his room, but this amount of hero worship in a hero isn't something he expected, especially for someone who had a falling out with the man. Okay, I think that's enough for today. Bubble Girl can drive you home. Izuku puts his notebooks carefully into his backpack and exits the room, finding the sidekick walking alongside the door. It's just Izuku leaving right now. Mirio-senpai is still on patrol, and probably will be for another couple hours. He's happy for the break from excitement. He's had far too much going out for too long that it's nice to have a bit of a breather. Most of his classmates are still in the common room when he gets back. A few are in the corners working on homework, but the rest of them are planted in front of the TV, yelling about some game he's never played. His boyfriend isn't around. Izuku heads up to Toshi's room, hoping to find him there. He could be anywhere on campus, but he doubts he'd feel the need to go anywhere on his own. Sure enough, a few seconds after he knocked on the door, his boyfriend opened up. Hitoshi grabs his hand to drag him inside, and shuts the door as soon as he's able. What the? Toshi cuts him off with a kiss to the cheek. Izuku's cheeks warm. Hitoshi pulls back, and as soon as he gets a look at Izuku's face, he breaks out in laughter. Hey, that's not funny. Toshi claps a hand over his mouth. Stop. Can you help me with math? I suck at math. They do homework for what feels like hours. They eventually give up on math. It's not due for another few days, and Shouta is sure to have figured it out. Eventually, Toshi gets up and stretches. Hey, Sue, I have to leave soon. It takes him a second to figure out what he means. Oh, for patrol? Toshi nods. I'm a little nervous. You don't need to be nervous. It's just my dad. That's why I'm nervous. Izuku doesn't really understand, but he nods anyways. Teachers don't make it a habit of taking on work-study students, especially now that the dorms are in place. But his dad's agency is still running off school grounds, and his dad still does a lot of patrols. Hitoshi had said that he's still not sure what type of hero he wants to be, so he's giving underground a shot for now. But that means late patrols, and they could only do that when there isn't a lot of physical training the next day. Izuku averts his eyes when Toshi changes. He pretends to be focusing back on his homework, and even answers a question. Okay, I'm done. Izuku turns back, only to find Hitoshi scowling. He knows his boyfriend isn't happy with his hero costume. It's similar to the gym uniform, with long sleeves, for the cold nights. The only thing he does like on it is the voice modifier. This isn't even a design he picked. Since he's unsure of where he wants to go in heroics, his boyfriend just went with something simple for now. He could always change it later. Wanna head down? You should probably eat before you leave. Toshi nods, and they head downstairs, hand in hand. The common room hasn't thinned out since he last saw it. Only now there are less people focused on homework, and more crowded on the couches. The kitchen is blissfully empty, save for Kachan scowling at the stove. They give him a wide berth and go straight to the fridge to find something easy. They find some leftovers, and the three stand in awkward silence while their food heats up. They get out of there as quickly as possible, finding a free part of the dining table to eat at. The food is slightly cold in the middle, but Izuku doesn't want to risk going back into the kitchen, no matter how good of terms he and Kachan are on. Toshi doesn't eat much. He still seems incredibly nervous to be going out on patrol with his dad. He has no reason to be. His dad likes Toshi. Sometimes his boyfriend will join in on their training sessions, and his dad is always pleased afterwards. Sometimes his dad will even invite him over for dinner after. Let's go, Shinsou. They both jump. Neither of them had noticed his dad appear in front of the table. Izuku looks up and finds him trying to hide his amused grin. He sticks out his tongue at his dad, and turns back to his boyfriend. Good luck, Toshi. Be safe. He wraps his arms around his boyfriend, and gives him a quick peck on the cheek. When he lets go, he's pleased to find his boyfriend as red as Izuku had been earlier. Let's go. Oh my god. We got some cute Hitoshi and Izuku content. Some Shindeku content. Oh my god. I love Shindeku. Love. Okay. Okay. Chapter 92. Also, I understand why Hitoshi would be a little worried to go on patrol with Aizawa, who happens to be his boyfriend's dad. I understand the worry, okay? I understand. Chapter 92 is called A Support and a Proposal. Hitoshi has patrol with Eraserhead. He's excited. He'd be excited if he wasn't so nervous. I wonder what the proposal is. I wonder. Me is wondering. Oh, fucking bullshit. Cramps are back. Sorry. I'm going through really painful cramps right now. I have to work tomorrow. I'm not looking forward for that. I really am not. What do people do? What do people do? I'm not a person. Sorry, ignore this. I'm trying to get my pocket. Except it's really hard and it's really loud. I'm so sorry. Okay, I got it out. There's gonna be no more ruffling of the feathers. But, no, yeah, I have work tomorrow. My cramps are killing me right now, and I'm not looking forward to that. Anyways, as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.